We already have draft cards. Here in MLB The Show 25, we can see a 99 overall Jackson Holliday among some others. I think we got 5 cards so far. We're going to talk about this a little bit later on in the video, but I'm pretty sure there's more cards coming even later tonight, if not in the next day or two as well. And in the comments section, a couple things. One, how are we feeling about the draft cards collection, it looks like? How are we feeling about the draft pick themselves? Can anyone fill me in? I'm a Cardinals fan. How do we feel about our pick? Was it good compared to what options were out there? How did it go? Everything like that. Let's just talk about it down in that comment section. But we do have some draft cards available. Looks like some 99s today and some 98s is going to be the lowest overall right now. We can see a top 5 select pack. We're going to talk a little bit more about that, though, like I said, later on in the video. Go back to a blog post from MLB The Show because I think we're getting more cards later today. Now, this blows my mind. Look in the bottom left of your screen right now. 75,000? 75,000 stubs? Am I crazy, or is that kind of ridiculous? Is that not like a lot of stubs? Now, these packs are only available for, it looks like 3.5 more hours, so it looks like it's time limited too. Let's see the odds on the pack. Can we see that? So I mean, it's guaranteed to have a 98 or higher. So I don't know what the odds are to get the 98. I don't know. I don't know. Let's just check out the attributes and everything. We'll check out the collection, the attributes for Holiday, and then we'll talk a little bit more about it. But dude, 75,000 stubs seems kind of crazy. But Liam Doyle for the Cardinals, number 5 overall pick in this year's draft. Starting pitcher card, 103 hits per 9, 108 pitching clutch, 76 control, 99 velo and break. 4-seam, slider, cutter, splitter, and a 2-seam fastball up in the top right. You see that velo, you see the control in the top right, nothing too special. 4-seam solid, but it just gets worse from there. Pitch break maxed on the 4-seam, are really pretty good on everything else besides the 2-seam fastball. Interested to see how his motion is, how he plays. He does have an outlier, though, on that 4-seam fastball, which is always nice, especially paired with 103 hits per 9 and some decent break for this Liam Doyle card. Our first of, I think, 5 new cards so far. But again, pretty sure even as soon as later tonight, and if that's the case, I should hopefully have a video going over those pretty shortly after their release. But I think even later tonight we should be getting some more cards. But we have Kade Anderson for the Mariners, 3rd overall pick in the draft. We skipped number 4, I believe. Ethan Holiday is the collection rewards. We'll check him out after this pack. But starting pitcher card again, 100 hits per 9, 103 pitching clutch, 87 control, 99 velo and break, 4-seam slider, circle change, 12-6 curve and a sinker. We see the velo up in the top right. Control looking pretty good right there. 81 for the lowest is not terrible. And then the pitch break maxed out on the circle change, 97 on the 4-seam. Everything's really pretty good. Sinker at 76 is his lowest, kind of mid right there. And no outlier or anything for him. Now, something I'm wondering in the comments, if anybody knows, has anyone ever been drafted as a relief pitcher, as a closer, or do all pitchers really get drafted as starters and then they just transition into a reliever or a closer while they're playing pro ball? Or has anyone actually gotten drafted as like someone out of the bullpen? I really don't know. I got no idea. Tyler Bremner for the Angels. I saw some Angels fans not happy about this on Twitter. Any Angels fans or just baseball fans in general, should the Angels fans be unhappy about this based on what was available with the number 2 overall pick? Also, same thing for the number 1 pick. Just how were we feeling about that draft? 102 hits per 9 for this starting pitcher, Tyler Bremner. 105 pitching clutch, 82 control, 99 velo and break. 4-seam circle change, slider, swinker, and a sweeper. Solid pitch mix. We got the velo in the top right. Control in the top right looking solid. Just kind of gets worse as you goes down. Kind of mid for the sweeper, 74. And then the break, pretty mid besides the 4-seam and the circle change for this Tyler Bremner card, number 2 overall pick. And the only 99 in the pack, which I'm not super surprised about. I am super surprised, is 75,000 stubs. That really does seem like a lot to me. But 99 overall, Eli Willits. How should Nationals fans feel about this switch hitting shortstop? MLB The Show fans, I think we're going to be pretty happy. A 99 overall switch hitting shortstop. Really curious to see what the prize is. But could you imagine? Like, I don't know, just, I don't want to spend those stubs right now. But I'll talk about that a little bit more. 120 contact versus righties, 110 contact versus lefties, 85 and 80 for his power numbers, 90 vision, 120 clutch, 85 fielding, 88 reaction, 81 arm strength, 80 arm accuracy, 88 speed. A very well-rounded card, which, I mean, I would expect that. I would hope that a 99 overall is going to be well-rounded. Might be seeing this guy as a lot of people's potential new shortstops. Now, real quick before we go to the Ethan Holiday card, that collection, I do want to say there might be free packs available and some of the content coming later on, coming soon. That's something we're going to talk about here after we check out this collection. So let's go to the collections. We got Legends and Flashbacks. We can see 99 Ethan Holiday, the 4th overall pick right here, the Draft 25 collection. Now, he's not available yet. Maybe, I could be wrong because I don't know, but maybe you could draft him in Battle Royale. Maybe that's a possibility, but there's more draft cards coming because you need to collect 34 2025 Draft Series cards to get Ethan Holiday. Now, he is a 99 overall, probably going to end up being pretty expensive. If these packs are 75,000 stubs a piece, like, I got to think this is going to be kind of an expensive card to obtain, but 114 and 106 for the contact numbers, 120 and 110 for his power numbers, 88 vision, 115 clutch, 80 fielding at shortstop. He does also play third with 77 reaction, 83 arm strength, 80 arm accuracy, and 70 speed for this collection, Ethan Holiday. So how are we feeling about these new cards? Again, I think they're going to be releasing some more maybe as soon as later tonight. Maybe all of them are getting released tonight. I really don't know. That's something that we're going to look at in that blog post that I was talking about. But in previous years, in the All-Star program that is coming, it looks like on July 15th, if we take a look at the coming soon portion of the calendar, in previous years of MLB The Show, they've had packs and or cards available. I want to say, could be wrong, I would have to double check on the games, but I want to say last year's All-Star program had a guaranteed rare round card that you could choose or that you could get from either the Home Run Derby, the All-Star Game, or the draft. So I'm guessing they're going to do something similar. I feel like they usually do pretty good with the All-Star content, the All-Star program. So if it were me and with me, I'm not spending stubs on this pack. Y'all can feel free to do what you want to do, but I'm going to kind of wait, you know, for the next few days, maybe till the program on the 15th, and just kind of see what's going on, see if they have any packs, stuff like that in the program. But let's go ahead and take a look at the blog post and see, because we can see on the 13th it says late night draft program, conquest and collection. So we do have more stuff coming. Let's take a closer look at what exactly we can hopefully expect from later tonight here on MLB 25. So this is a blog post that came out earlier last week, kind of midweek last week, and talking about the All-Star content, what to expect. And this is Sunday, July 13th. That's where we are today for the 2025 MLB draft. Follow along on draft night, boot up the show 25, and they say catch the top first round MLB draft picks and time limited. So I guess they did say it was time limited. Choice packs available in the show shop following pick 5. And then there's going to be another pick coming after pick 25. So I'm guessing this is going to have all the other players. I wouldn't be surprised if 1 or 2 more players got added to the collection. So we'll take a look at that once it's actually out. But we have the top 5 pick that we're going over in this video. There will hopefully be another video coming a little bit later after pick 25 for that other time limited pack. And it says, in case you missed the time limited packs, there will be an overall 2025 MLB draft choice pack in the show shop and in content with over 30 draft picks. So these two are time limited. And then this one's going to just, I mean, it will be time limited, I'm sure, but it's going to last a little bit longer. This is what, 3-4 hours? Probably this one's going to be 3-4 hours as well, if I had to guess. But the Draft 25 pack should last a little bit longer in the shop. That's coming. They say also play through the 2025 draft program and draft conquest to earn more draftees and 2025 draft choice packs. So I'm guessing that's going to be the pack that you're earning from the program and from the conquest map. And it kind of sounds like the cards from these two will be in here. I'm guessing it's going to be like a rare round, some mid round, some base round type of stuff. We'll have to see exactly how they do it, and then look for a roster update featuring the first round 2025 draftees Sunday evening so that you could add them to your franchise roster if you wanted. But 99 overall reward, Ethan Holiday right here. I'm interested to see if they add other cards to the collection. And then coming later this week on Tuesday, July 15th, like we saw on the calendar, there's the All-Star Game program that's going to be released sometime after the All-Star Game. And you're going to be able to earn the 2025 All-Star Pack and more. And I'm guessing from that program, some of the and more, I'm guessing there's going to be some sort of draft packs. It doesn't seem like we'll have like a top 5 or an on the clock. I would be very surprised if there's not a draft 25 pack in that program. Again, there's a draft program coming later that should feature this or maybe multiple of these. along with some other draft cards. But like I was saying, in last year's game, I want to say they had a rare round type of deal, home run derby all-star draft. So stay tuned for that, potentially in the all-star program as well, if you want to get some of these cards, but maybe don't want to spend as much stubs as they might cost today, later tonight. Yeah, so in last year's All-Star Week program, there was a draft pack, draft cards, but there was also a choose one rare player. You got to choose, I think, any of the rare cards from the All-Star content. Not guaranteed by any means we'll see something like this again, but it could be a possibility, so you might want to hold off on buying any of these cards, potentially. Not financial advice, nothing like that. This is probably what I'm going to do, though, is maybe hold off until the All-Star program drops in just a few days.